This
Sure.
conference will now be recorded.
See, in this function, your question was this is already defaulted to 4.
Yeah.
When I print this, it should give you 4, correct?
Yeah. Correct.
But it is giving me 20.
Yes. Correct. 10.
Okay. When I run this, did it give me any answer? No.
Why
Correct.
Yeah. Why it is not giving?
This function got executed. Function got executed.
Mm,
Correct.
yeah.
But you did not call the function. For calling the function, you remember yesterday? In my sheet, I was doing test 1 directly instead of passing the test 1 in the next sheet. So this is called as calling the function.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
I called this function. I passed 2 variables here.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. We defined the variables inside the function, so that's why it did not come.
So what will happen when you call this function? You are passing the variables here itself. So automatically this will, in the first step, it will get changed here. So this is your first step.
Yeah. 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 Correct. Correct.
Then this is called.
Correct.
Now it will program from here. Now what will happen? N2 will change to 10 because you are passing here. Okay. N1 is equal to 20 because you are calling the function. Clear? No, this N1 is coming from here. This N2 is coming from here. This return is holding the value of N1 plus N2. So some nums, when you execute, it will give you this answer. Clear, boys? Any questions? All of a sudden I see full of silence.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are not that motivated for the session today, I assume.
Tomorrow off is right.
But today, full day, you have to enjoy, man. Today is Sunday for you guys, right?
No, actually outside the situation is not good. So
Coronavirus. Okay, how is the situation over there?
So already in SFO there are like 10 people are affected. 10 surrounded my areas, everyone are affected. That's why I'm not going out.
That's bad.
Okay. What about yours, Paul?
Mine is pretty cool. There's only one guy affected in over here, so nothing too serious. But I'm not sure. All the officers over here are like discussing whether to give work from home or not. So yeah.
How about in India?
Hyderabad, actually the original case declared as 2 people. 2 are in Gandhi Hospital only.
Okay.
But there are around 20 suspected to test positive. But the government is not making that statement, I assume.
Yeah.
So are you guys going to office?
Last week I did not go, man. It is not because of this. I did not go because I had other work to do.
Okay.
And then today I'm going. I just pinged, is there a holiday today for Holi? They told me it is tomorrow. I said, okay, fine.
Oh, Holi.
Okay.
So I'll go today. It's been 1 week since I didn't go. So work from home is better, but if you do work from home, you have to do a lot of work, man.
That's bad.
Office is better. You can take breaks aram se.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's get back to one more function. Okay. Test method. Pawan, can you read this out to me, please? I want my student to tell me.
So a equal to 10 definition test method of a, print value of a is string of a equal to 2, print new value of local a is string of a. Okay. Print value of global A is string. Okay. So we are defining a function, and inside, outside the function, we are printing the A as well. Test method
Okay.
of A.
This is global variable, right? You guys agree to me?
Yeah.
This is local variable. Agreed?
Inside the method, okay.
Yeah, inside the function, right? Yeah.
So what is the answer for this one?
First print statement.
Hmm.
Yeah, string of A is, yeah, it will print 10.
Okay, you mean to say value of global A is 10. You will get the answer as 10.
Yes, correct.
Okay. When you call this test method, what is the answer for you?
Oh, sorry, I did not. Okay, so okay, about test method, you want to know how much it is printing, right? It will print 2 because
Okay.
first we take inside function variable.
Okay.
A,
So
right?
for this, answer is 2. You mean to say answer is 2, correct?
Test method of A. Okay, tell me that is inside or outside? Global, I mean inside the function.
Outside.
This one you mean to say?
Yeah, this one is inside the function or outside the function?
No, this is the function. This is for function. There won't be any inside or outside. This is function. You're calling the function. You're passing a variable.
Then it will be 2. The up one also will be 2.
Okay. Here you mean to say it is 2. Okay.
Yeah.
What for this one then? Oh, how much you would get?
So you already kept global in the statement, so I'll go with the 10, 10, 10.
Okay. You will say 10.
10 to 10.
10 to 10. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything from your side, Bhavan?
No.
Oh, so you don't want to guess only.
No, I don't want to.
Oh.
Yeah, 10 to 10.
Okay. I have run it. Let's see the answer. This print is coming from this one.
Global. 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
These two print statements are coming from this one.
Okay.
10 to, yeah, that is also correct.
Okay. Because this print, this print.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Right, yeah.
Again, this print. Did the value of global A change?
No.
No. Answer is 10. So only place the value of A changed was here. Until here it was 10. Then you assigned it to 2.
Yes.
Then now A was 2. But once this function ended, it forgot. Local variable motto is whatever is done within the function, done. It is forgetting it.
Yeah, but in
now,
local, you already gave it A equal to 2, right? So whatever you are calling in the local variable, it should be 2 only. Why it printed 10 again?
wonderful.
Before,
Good question. Pawan, this is first step. Which is first step? You should think of it. First step. Second step. Third. Okay. Now it is fourth. Fifth. You tell me now. What should be there?
It is going in a sequential, I understand, but you already defined a function. Okay. In function, whatever the variable or integer you are assigning to, it should be repeated completely whenever, whatever the position it may be, first or second or third.
No, that is not true. Because see, I did not pass 2 here. If I would have passed 2, your answer is right.
No, you are giving already A equal to 2, right, in the above function.
That is C. This is global variable, boss. Global variable always takes precedence. Where you start the local variable is the question.
Oh,
My
okay,
local variable is after this print statement.
Okay then.
Okay.
Now what I am thinking is inside the function you assigned A equal to 2. Whatever the you are giving inside that function, it will be 2. I am thinking that like that. Okay, so
No.
yeah.
It depends in the sequence order. Always see. You should forget. The other example also, when I wrote the function, I told you should always think in the sequential order. Which is first step, which is second, and why, what is happening. And that's why I always told you, defining variable globally or locally is very important. It completely changes your answer. Okay?
Yeah.
Chalo, go to next step. Let's get to this. So something I'm doing here, global A, and I'm writing A is equal to 2. Name of the value inside the method is changed to something, and then I'm passing. This is almost similar to this above function, but I'm writing something new here. Let's see what is happening. One second. Okay, value of global A is 10 because this one is holding the value. Okay, clear?
Yeah.
Here I did not pass any variable. You see, previous time I was passing A here. So if you don't pass any variable, this function, does it hold A? No.
Yeah, no.
To overcome this situation, I am defining the variable inside, like global A. You can write like this also. Okay, if in test method I pass any variable, what will happen? Suppose I'm passing 3. So it fails. It will tell I don't expect anything. Why are you passing me any argument? 1 second. Okay.
Without that, you can give any A or anything.
So it is not expecting anything, but you passed. But to get the print statements over there, I mean to check the value of A. Okay, this one. Global A is there already. A you are assigning to 2. This is without any variable inside. You are hard coding the values of whatever the function you are doing. You don't want to change the variables later point in time. Clear? This print statements are again the same. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay, chalo, let's go to the further step. Okay. So there are few built-in functions, boss. Something like max, min, absolute, type. You know already what is type because I have made you pretty familiar with what is type.
Yeah.
Type of one, it would get you a class of string or a class of int or a class of float or something like that. Okay. Suppose this is a largest num. I want to find out in a function, if you pass few variables, I want to find out what is the largest number among the numbers that I have passed. For a moment, just don't question me. Why is this star of args? What is this star of args? Let's put it aside. Print max of args and return max of args. What is this print statement doing? You guys know it. This is just for the print.
Yep.
This one is to store. Correct? Return is to store. Clear? Now
It stores, but where does it store? Like in a variable location?
I'll tell you. Good question. So largest num, suppose you are passing this one, you can store it in a variable, correct?
Yeah.
Largest number. I do not write the same naming convention because it will replace that. I just added few letters into that. Now this variable it will hold the largest of these numbers, right? This
Yeah.
print statement,
Yeah.
this variable is holding
Yeah.
the largest among this, which would be 100.
Okay. Okay.
This return is helping you store this.
Okay.
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 Now, let's see. Smallest of numbers. Again, the star args, print min of args. You are passing few variables.
Minus 20. Okay.
Absolute function, you are passing one variable. Print absolute of so and so. You are passing few variables into it. One variable is sufficient. Then type of this, you know, we will see, we will run and see it. Then I'll explain what is this star args. Okay.
Okay.
So let's see the answers. Okay. So your largest of numbers, you were passing minus 20, minus 10, 0, 10, 100, which was giving you the answer of 100, correct?
Yep.
So this print statement, it is a variable. Let's write like this and then run it so that we will get the differentiation. Okay, this first 100 came in because of this print statement. This
Okay.
first 100 came in amount came in because of this. This we have added extra. This has come in because of this. The smallest among this is minus 20. This came in because of print of min of args. Then you passed absolute of minus 20. You guys understand what is absolute, no? Even though you pass a negative number, it will take a positive number.
Positive. Yep.
Positive, it will return you a positive only. No problem with that. So minus 20 will give you a 20, plus 20 will give you a 20. Okay, these
Yep.
two. Then type of 99 is an integer. Type of 99.9 is a float.
Float.
If you write anything within double quotes,
String.
it's a string. 1, 2, 3, it is a list. If you would have put round brackets, what is it?
Tuple.
Flower.
Dictionary.
But for a dictionary, you have to give key and
Key value pairs.
Key value pairs. Okay. So good point. Now see, boss. Instead of defining 5 variables like a comma b comma c comma d comma e, if I put star args,
okay,
I can take in how many ever variables inside it. This is a shortcut. This is a keyword.
Args.
That means you are taking arguments wherein you don't have a predefined set.
Okay.
It is useful, right? If you want to figure out what is a particular set is there, among that which is the highest one, which is the smallest one, easy way of defining it, right? But you had a predefined set. You had only 5 variables, a comma b comma c. You can write and then you can pass largest number of a 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. It will give you the answer. Clear?
Yep.
Clear, Nagaraju? I think. Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Clear, Nagaraju, with you?
Yes.
So this way we have come to a conclusion of functions basic. So let me jump into classes now.
These args means what values it will be taking?
How many ever variables you want to take? See, boss, here this largest num, if you would have passed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, D, E, it would have taken only 5 variables.
Okay. Yeah.
If you don't pass anything here, it won't accept any variables. Okay. I think I have to show you an example. Suppose
that is called argument or something. What kind of variable
star
name?
arguments. It is called star args only. k-works, star args. There is something called k-works also. We will see later point in time. Args. ARGS. Okay. Suppose Nagaraju, you define like this. What has happened? It is telling max operation expects at least one argument. Expects at least one argument, but you gave in 0 because I did not define any variable here, and I did not pass any variable also. Okay. Now suppose largest num of 1 I pass.
But you did
Okay.
not.
Correct. You jumped ahead. You did not define any variable here. Okay. Anything that I'm doing a mistake? Tell me.
Max of A.
Correct. In your operation, you are not passing the variable.
Return
Now, when you call this as 1, int object is not iterable. So let's take 2. You pass 2. We gave integers only, right? Some time back. Now you got the answer, right? Here, how many ever you want to pass, like this A, B, C, D, E.
Just to give max of those variables with the max number. Okay.
You have to pass like this, correct? Now, this CDE I did not define. My mistake again. 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now, you can write this function like this. Okay. Or you can write the function like this. Let me make both of them pretty similar. Again, you might get confused. Okay. So now, this method is easier or this method is easier?
star args.
Why? Any specific reason?
Instead of giving all the,
we don't have to give like how many variables we are going to define, right? Like if you are going to define like 100 variables, we don't have to say A, B, C, D till 100, right?
Correct. That is what my point was. So here, if you add one more element, it will fail for you again. It takes 5, but you gave me 6. But here, I added 3 more variables, but it will give you the answer of 203 now. No need of defining arguments again.
yeah. Okay.
Okay, clear?
Yeah.
Okay, this can be reused for the yesterday's function also, wherein you had 2 variables n1 and 2. You defined n1 and 2. You passed n1 and 2 here. Correlating. Are you able to correlate?
No.
Okay, then you have to go through the function. Suppose some nums star of args print n1 plus n2. Okay, now some nums what has happened? What is the mistake that I do? Tell me, how can I get the answer sum of its?
Operation, you did not mention the operation.
Mm-hmm.
Given the operation,
You mean to say I did not get operation?
no, you did not write the operation command, right?
Correct. So now what is happening? If you pass 2-3 arguments, it is giving you star of args.
Mm-hmm.
So it is telling you are passing me 2 variables. Direct max function was easier. What if there was something called as sum args? Suppose, let's assume. Python is already giving a default this thing. Okay, let's write print sum of nums. What is happening? Oh,
Why are we
anything?
getting none?
None, because see, this arguments, once you pass 2-3,
Yeah.
this sum is giving you 5. Then
Yeah.
immediately these arguments will become blank.
Okay.
This will empty it out.
Okay.
So first time 2, 3, 5. That's it. It gave you an answer.
But there is no loop, right? Then it should stop over there. Then why again it's going
Good
and
question.
summing it again?
Good question. I'll get you the answer for that. Suppose, let's run this.
Okay. So we are giving print
Why it
again.
gave me why
So-
it gave me
So one time it's summing through the function, and then other time it's doing the print operation again, and then doing it outside the function. So it came 2 times. Okay.
You got it?
No, outside also you should get 5, right?
It is 5.
No, before
Okay,
print.
okay. You mean to say if I write print of sum of this thing?
Inside whatever it is there, it should print.
Until here it is holding value nag.
Yeah.
But here it got emptied it out.
Okay.
So there is an advantage and there is a disadvantage also.
Yeah.
But how would I? Okay, I defaultly wrote sum of args. It gave me an answer. Good. Python helped me out. I can pass how many ever numbers. I can just directly get. But suppose you are passing 2 variables, 2 and 3. I am using star args. How will I write addition of 2 numbers? Any guesses? I want you guys to guess on that.
By the way, coming back to first question, sum num, where did you give why it is taking? Okay, that is already defined. No. Sum num, why it is calculating 2 plus 3? Where did
I
you
gave
giving some
keyword
state.
sum. I gave keyword sum.
Okay.
So that itself is adding 2 numbers, right? What was the question again? The second question.
I don't want to use this sum. I don't want to use this keyword. Tell me with pure Python instead of any keyword.
No. Come, tell us the question again. We did not get it.
See, here I'm using the shortcut sum boss.
Yes, correct.
I don't want to use this keyword.
Okay.
I will define the function like this only. Okay. Sum nums. I will pass 2 variables. Sum nums of 2 and 3. I want the answer for this one to be 5. But don't use sum here. Don't use sum. Some keyword you should not be using.
You should define. You should give the operation.
What operation?
Arg star arg1 plus star arg2.
Okay, I will write.
Yeah, I'm just giving a chart. That's all. I don't know.
So we have learned it. That's why I'm asking you. We have learned it. No, that's why I'm asking. See, you know you are passing 2 variables. Correct?
Yeah,
This star args is holding two variables.
Yeah.
Suppose I'll put print of args. Okay.
It will give
Now,
2,3.
when you call the sum of args, sum of 2, 3, your answer will be 2, 3. So first thing I would say, just check out what is this sum nums. Sum nums of 2, 3.
That may be anything.
None type.
Bah, this print I should remove, man. It is weird thing. Okay. What is it? What is it holding?
Right. It may be anything. Whatever you are giving, you will give in next line. Any operation in subtraction, it will work as a subtraction.
Sorry, I did not get your point.
So yeah, it may be anything. Until unless we write operation, it will not work, right?
Correct, but how can we write? My point is that this is a tuple, right? Straightforward. If you see, it is a tuple.
Yeah. So can we use like something like the for while loop, I guess, like for args, we don't know how many we would be having, right? So can we use something like while, take the first variable, sum it with the second variable, and again check with the third variable, kind of a thing?
No, how can we do?
So while I in args, or while I L in args, so L is equals to L plus. I'm not sure how to define the second variable.
You scroll up, you just want to see the previous
program.
No, until unless you give the operation, it will not work. First thing. So,
correct. Operation Pawan is one step ahead of you, Nagaraju. Operation he understood. He's telling me you have to iterate.
Yeah, iterate. Okay. I don't know about that.
Man, then you have to revise, man. Because see, for loop, while loop, we have completed also.
How can you use the while loop for that? I don't understand. For one argument, you already given one variable there, right?
How to define? Okay, so we can give like I in args, I of 0 is equals to I of 0 plus I of 1.
Okay. For I in args, print of, first of all, let's take I. Okay.
Okay.
Sum nums 2, 3.
It will come 2, 3, right? Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
First of all, let's restart the kernel to get a better answer. Okay.
Okay.
Now, okay. As Pawan said, for sum nums, okay, Pawan, your print statement.
Yeah. So how to choose the first variable and then add it to the second variable?
Correct. That is my question.
Okay. So
you are good.
First variable is fine. Like I equal to I is something like we are choosing the first variable, right?
No, that is equal to operation. That is if condition. But your question now is add these two. You are one step correct. For loop or while loop, 100% correct. You have to iterate two elements. Your statement is 100% correct. For I in args, print of I. Sum of 2, 3, it is giving you two values. Now add me these two.
So choose one and then go back to the loop and choose the second one. How to do that? So return should we use return to store one value and then go into the loop and then choose the another?
No, that way return doesn't work that way. If you return only one function, one return.
Okay. Okay.
how to choose one number and add to the other number.
One I plus one.
I0 plus I1, you mean to say, Nagaraju?
Something like that, but that is a blunder.
No, this doesn't have any I0, no?
Yeah.
Definition doesn't have any indexes, right?
Arg of 1, arg of 0, like array. Will that be something?
Can we define an empty list now?
Okay.
Can we do something like L of 0? Do something like this. My motive is make you better understand. Okay, I will define an empty list first of all.
Okay.
Arg
now L dot append of I.
Will be 2, 3.
Now print of L. Let's see what is coming in L now. Let's run this. First time it came inside the loop, the answer was 2. Second time it came inside the loop, the answer was 2, 3. Print of L of 0 plus L of 1. What has happened? Then
it doesn't know, right? Like the first time it has 2 numbers, but the first time it doesn't have.
Tell me, you are right.
Yeah, so that might be
arg of 1, arg of 2, like that. Args of 1.
list index out of range.
So you mean to say I will write like this: print for I arg of 1 plus arg of 2. Correct?
Printer.
Okay. You mean to say?
But in argument, we don't know how many variables are there, right?
This is the wrong. Okay. Tell me now.
List is empty.
So should I write this list as a global variable or a local variable?
Suppose global.
Okay, what if I write a local?
Nothing different. Nothing much different.
No, man. There will be difference, no?
We are using only one function, right? So whatever you do or outside function, anything. I mean, you are using only one function, right? So
correct. So see, Pawan and Nagaraju. First time list is empty, correct? For I in arg, it is having 2 variables.
Okay.
L of append dot I. First time it comes in, it is having only 1. 2. 2 gets appended.
Yeah.
But you are doing print of L. Suppose you write print of L of 0 plus L of 1. It will throw you, I don't have list ranges out of index. First time the list was only 2.
Yeah.
But you are asking to append L of 1 also. L of 1 is not there in list.
Yeah.
So what if I do something like this? What if I put the print outside the append? What will happen? Will it give me the correct answer again?
But here, if you see, right, but here you know there are 2 numbers.
Good. I know you would come to this question.
I am too obvious, I guess.
I know you would come to this question.
Okay.
Tell me how to handle this one also. You have to tell me, no?
So basically, how ఎన్ని నెంబర్లు ఇచ్చినా మనకి అది యాడ్ అవ్వాలి. How many numbers if we give?
Correct.
If we give 100 numbers also, it should go on add.
Correct.
So we can do one thing. So now we got answer as 5, right? We can append this again to the list, saying that this is the first.
Okay, you mean to say I will put one more element,
Always
correct?
maintain 2. Like if you have 4 numbers, first add 2 and make it like 2 numbers, 1 2 3 4, right? Then it should be 3 3 4, then it should be 6 plus 4, then it will finally it would be 10.
Okay, for append length of, instead of that, can we check if something is there like this? Let's do one thing. Print length of arcs.
Okay.
Length of arcs is 3, no?
Yeah.
So append, what if I push this one inside now? What will happen?
Same
Again,
error.
it will give you the same error.
Because
So,
of first thing.
Correct. So if you get this print outside only, you will get the answer. That is right away straightforward. So you might get 5, but you did not define L of 2. It did not give you the answer, correct?
Yep.
I want you to iterate now. List is clear. Now you change this numbers into a list. 1 2 3 list you converted. List addition you can do. Okay.
Okay.
Add all the elements in a list. How can you do it? Just Google, no? Any one of you?
Okay.
Add
all the elements in a list, Python. Go to Stack Overflow Solutions, please. Or Geeks for Geeks, anything is fine.
It has Geek for Geeks. Input 12, 15, 3, 10, output 40. Example 1. Python program to find sum of elements in a list. Creating a list. List 1. Iterate each element. This guy used something like for loop in range 0, length of list 1. Total is equals to total plus list 1 square brackets ELE. ELE is something he defined. Let me throw this.
You can see it on my screen.
Yeah.
He has used 2 functions now, range, length.
Yeah.
Okay. List 1, your list 1 is now holding 2 3 4. This total of 0 is one of the iterator. He has started with 0 plus list of element 1. This is for loop. Here he used range, means how much ever big it is, and the length of the list.
So how did he choose? I got how to choose the first element. Like in this case, 11 is the first element, right? So total is equals to total plus, right? Instead of list 1 is equals to list 1, that would choose the first element. But how to choose the
List
second element?
Because you are writing for loop.
Okay.
You did not get it? Okay, let me show you. Okay, we will take this. This one I would not prefer as a solution, because you have to be comfortable with range and length both.
Yeah.
Okay.
There is a second using while loop.
You have 4 solutions. Yeah, you have 4 solutions for that. So now suppose, Pawan, let's see. Your question was, how come length of list of 1 is changing to second element, right?
Yes.
So good question. I would say take this. Okay.
Okay.
Now what is happening? You put a helping print statement. Now you tell me whether everything is getting run through. 10, 5,
11, 5,
17,
17, 18, 23.
18, 23. Everything is getting run through?
Yeah.
How come? You
So
remember
first,
this range function, right? This fellow has converted this list to a range.
okay.
Range of 0. 0 is a default element, first element.
Yeah. And
Length of list is how long the list is? 5 elements.
Okay. Okay.
0 to 5. It will hold
Okay.
0 including, 5 excluding.
Yeah.
So all the 5 elements will be run. L of 0, L of 2, L of 1, L of 2, L of 3, L of 4. Correct?
Yeah.
For loop, every element is iterated. Total is equal to 0. Why did he start with this? Because he wants to start with 0. 0 plus the first element, 11. 0 plus the second element. So it will, now when it comes here, first total is already 11. When it comes to the second place, 11 plus 5, 16.
Okay.
16 plus 17, 33. 33 plus 18, 50. 33 plus 18 is 51. 51 plus 23, 74. That's it. Clear on this?
Yeah.
So simplest of the solution is using the sum function.
Yeah.
Which is already there in Python. But if someone in an interview or an exam asks you not to use function, then you have to use for loop, while loop, or a recursive way, which is listed here. Simplest of the solution is while loop. See, while element is less than or equal to length of the list, total is equal to total plus list of element. This is just, you do not use a range function. If you don't know range, you're not comfortable with range, go for a while.
Okay.
But you know range, you know length, go for element, for loop. I think Nagaraju is confused. No, yes or no from him.
Yeah.
Confused, Nagaraju?
I did not understand. Now, no confusion.
So where you did not understand? Okay, take this as assignment, man. I would love to write. Okay, take all the 4 solutions. You see, your answers are here. Both of you, your answers are here. You have 4 different ways of adding the list. Correct?
Yep.
Answer is right away straightforward in front of you. But add how many numbers you want to pass it into one function. I don't want to define the length of the numbers. I don't want to say 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I want to pass star arcs.
Yeah.
That star arcs, I want the sum of it. Clear?
Okay. Okay.
Or
so
I
how
want
many numbers we give, it should be added at the end.
So if I pass like this, suppose 1, 2, 3 until suppose 100, suppose everything until 100. N into n plus 1 by 2, how much was it? 100. N plus 1, 101 by 2, 50 into 101. Your answer is that. Correct?
Yeah.
This I should be getting as an answer.
That would be another solution, right? The easiest way.
No, don't take that. No. Assume I don't know sum of consecutive numbers formula also. I don't know that formula. See, you should not expect a programmer to know mathematics also.
Okay.
So my question is, do like this. See, your answer is very easy, man. The program won't go 7-8 lines further also. If you write, choose one among this. Don't go
Okay.
with the sum. Choose
Okay.
a while loop or a for loop.
Okay.
Write this sum.
Okay.
Okay, Nagaraju?
Yeah.
So just think of this thing. Sum of nums 1 to 100 you pass in, and you should get the answer as 50-50. That some consecutive numbers, whichever I showed the sum. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see that tomorrow then. Because if I jump into classes again, the level of difficulty would increase further. But I want to
Okay.
just make you comfortable with functions also.
Okay.
Okay. Chalo then. We will meet again tomorrow.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.